SportsCast with Jeremy Buckelew is proud to announce we are now officially powered by TEC. If their fiber optic internet service can handle everything we throw at it here in the studio, from videos to calls and live streams, you better believe they can handle your home or business too. If speed, stability, and service is important to you, you can count on TEC. Thanks, TEC. Now let's get to the show. In a world that moves way too fast, there's one place that feels like home. Tater's Place in Paris, Tennessee. Where the sizzle of a smash burger meets the sound of laughter, and every plate tells a story. Bring the family, make memories, and taste the love in every bite. Live music, real people, and unforgettable food. That's Tater's Place, 3615 Highway 79 North. Find the flavor you've been missing at Tater's Place. Come and feel what you've been hungry for.
Are you looking for a fence that gives you peace of mind? At All Star Fence Company, we don't just build fences, we build confidence. Whether it's keeping your family safe, protecting your property, or simply adding curb appeal, All Star delivers unmatched quality, dependable service, and lasting results. Locally owned and trusted across West Tennessee, Kentucky, and beyond, we're the name homeowners count on for reliability and strength since 1971. All Star Fence Company, your first line of defense and your best choice for peace of mind. Visit allstarfenceandsupply.com today.
Hey, excuse me. Happy Sunday to you. Glad to have you with us here on another episode of SportsCast. I'm your host, Jeremy Buckelew, and going to have another great show for you tonight. I do want to say thank you real quick to our sponsors for bringing you our shows each and every week. Without them, we couldn't do it. So special thanks to TEC Internet. They provide the internet here in the studio, and we throw all kinds of stuff at them, and it's worked flawlessly so far. And so if they can handle everything that we throw at them, then I know that they can handle whatever you've got at home. And so check them out at TEC Internet, high-speed fiber, coming to Paris. And I also want to say thank you to Taters for their sponsorship. Taters, one of the first ones that sponsored the show back when we started in April. And so thanks to Tater out there on Lake Highway. And don't forget, not only just a restaurant, but a bike shop. If you've got some work needing to be done on a motorcycle or something, you can take it out there and he can take care of it for you. Grab you a bite to eat while you're in there, because they've got a menu full of great stuff. And I know that you'll have a good time, because it's a fun atmosphere, great food, great atmosphere, great people out there. Taters on the Lake Highway, and also to All Star Fence Company, to Jeff Archie and his crew out there that do a good job. Anything fence related you needed, they can take care of you, whether it's dog runs or privacy fences or whatever. Just give All Star Fence a call and they can help you out. As I said, got a great show again tonight. Going to talk here in just a little bit to Henry County Middle School softball coach Crystal Kendall. But first, I got a very special guest here with me, Mr. Max Harrison from the Paris Downtown Boxing Club is here with us tonight to talk about the event that they've got going on this Saturday, right?
Yes, sir.
Y'all be out at the fairgrounds. What time does that event start Saturday afternoon?
Our first bell is at 4 and the doors open at 3.
So doors open at 3, first bell's at 4. How much does it cost to get in? Do you know?
$5.
$5 to get you in the gate. Max, you've been you're actually on the card to fight this weekend, right?
Yes, sir.
And how many fights have you had already in your boxing career?
15.
15, that's a lot of fights for, you're what, an 8th grader, you told me?
Yes.
That's a lot of fights for an 8th grader. You must be pretty good by now. Do all right? Hold your own? Good. Also, not only is the event going to be going on at the fairgrounds on Saturday afternoon, but y'all are selling some special things, got some other stuff going on as well. Can you tell the folks a little bit about that?
So we have a boxer at our gym, and his brother's in the hospital.
Okay.
He just graduated. He's 19. and we're trying to sell bracelets. They're $3.
Okay. And you've got an example of one of those, right? Do you mind holding that thing up
Yes.
and showing the camera there so folks know that they can go on Saturday and get one of those Fight Like Luke bracelets for $3, and all of that goes to the Foster family to help with the expenses from Luke being in the hospital. And we certainly wish him the best and look forward to him getting home here pretty soon, hopefully. But Saturday afternoon out at the Henry County Fairgrounds is the place to be to watch some boxing, right?
Yes, sir.
How many fights are there going to be? Do you know?
I think 22.
22 fights. That's a good afternoon of entertainment right there. Again, you will be on the card and get to go see you, but I think you're also going to be on the Mike Weatherford show this week, right?
Yes.
One of the guests that he's got coming in, and so you can find out more information about the event. Kevin, do you mind putting that graphic up one more time for us? But just remember, folks, that the Paris Downtown Boxing Club, Havoc in Henry County, is this weekend. You see all the information there. If you've got any questions, you can call or text Chris Mooney at the number there on your screen. But this is a great program. Max, tell the folks how much work goes into being a member of the Paris Downtown Boxing Club. How many days a week do y'all train?
We train 3 days a week from 5 to 6:30.
Okay, and what days are those?
Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
And what are y'all what does a training session look like? What do you do when you get there?
On Mondays, we jump rope for 15 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then we run on Mondays,
So
work the bag.
So Monday's like a conditioning day to keep you
Yes.
in shape. All right, and then what do the other days look like?
Wednesday, we jump rope too, and then we run a little bit, and then we work on the bag and do drills.
Okay.
And then Thursdays are a free day, which is kind of sparring.
Okay, and that's where you just kind of practice against other folks,
Yes.
for lack of a better way to put it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so all of that work, folks, goes into, y'all have really, here in Paris, I think y'all have 2 big events a year, right? Like you have this one coming up in this weekend, it's usually in September. But then this past year, y'all had one also at part of Fish Fry. Like y'all kind of kicked off Fish Fry with some boxing matches downtown. But other than that, y'all travel and go places and box all over, right?
Yes.
Where all have you been to box?
I've been down to Florida, over to Arkansas, and then kind of to Kentucky.
Okay. So, y'all travel around and everything.
Yes.
So, folks, again, it's a great organization. It's a great thing to get behind and support. And, Henry County is known for supporting its programs and the people in them. And so I challenge you. I'm really looking forward to it because, I challenge folks to get out and go to it. This will be the first one that I get to go to. Like every time that there's one, I've got some other obligation somewhere. But this Saturday, I put it on my calendar, cleared it, made sure I didn't have anything else going on. And so I'm looking forward to Saturday being out at the fairgrounds to watch you guys do what you do in the ring. And so don't forget, first bell's at 4 o'clock. Doors open at 3. Get there early, get you a seat, and come out and support not only the Paris Downtown Boxing Club, but all of these young men for the hard work they put in. Don't forget, they'll be selling bracelets and other stuff for the Foster family to help with some of those expenses that they're looking at right now. But Max, thank you for coming by. Anything else you want to tell the folks? Just show up on Saturday, right?
Yes.
All right. Hey, good luck to you, man. I'll be rooting for you, and just go kick some butt, okay? All right. That's Max Harrison. We're going to take a break right now, and then we'll be back after these messages with Henry County Lady Patriots middle school softball coach Crystal Kendall. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back.
In a world that moves way too fast, there's one place that feels like home. Tater's Place in Paris, Tennessee, where the sizzle of a smash burger meets the sound of laughter and every plate tells a story. Bring the family, make memories, and taste the love in every bite. Live music, real people, and unforgettable food. That's Tater's Place, 3615 Highway 79 North. Find the flavor you've been missing at Tater's Place. Come and feel what you've been hungry for.
you looking for a fence that gives you peace of mind? At All Star Fence Company, we don't just build fences, we build confidence. Whether it's keeping your family safe, protecting your property, or simply adding curb appeal, All Star delivers unmatched quality, dependable service, and lasting results. Locally owned and trusted across West Tennessee, Kentucky, and beyond, we're the name homeowners count on for reliability and strength since 1971. All Star Fence Company, your first line of defense and your best choice for peace of mind. Visit allstarfenceandsupply.com today.
Back here on SportsCast with Jeremy Buckelew. Want to tell you about next week's show. We've got Stephanie Winders with the Henry County Cross Country team coming in, as well as some other runners. I think Hudson Massey and Cale Mathis and maybe some others are going to come in and talk about the cross country team in Henry County and the work that goes into that. Stephanie also is the track coach, and so we'll probably get into that conversation as well. But that is next Sunday night at 7:30. We'll be live here from the Brewer Street Mafia Studios with Stephanie Winders and talking Patriot cross country. Don't forget about the Mike Weatherford show this week. He's got a lot going on. He'll have some more folks from the Paris Downtown Boxing Club. I think Max will be back to talk to Mike, as well as some others about that event again this upcoming Saturday. So I encourage you to get out and support them and be a part of that. And then also he's got some folks from CASA, which is the Court-Appointed Special Advocates program done through our juvenile court that Judge Vicki Snyder started several years ago. But they do great work with the kids that are involved in that. And so be sure to tune in to Mike's show on September the 23rd, 7 o'clock. He'll be live here in the studio with the Paris Downtown Boxing Club and the folks from CASA to tell you about their program and what all is going on here in Henry County. And so that's Tuesday night. Again, tonight, glad to have with us the head coach of the Lady Patriots Middle School program, Crystal Kendall, but also have with me the head coach of the Lady Patriots High School program, Renee Laster, as a special co-host. I was telling somebody earlier that Renee does a better job at this than I do. It should really be her show, and she's been on a couple times, and so
no, it's just fun. Just
sit
here and talk sports.
We try
What's
to
better than that?
Well, we try to have a good time with it and enjoy it, and so Crystal, welcome to the show.
Thanks for the invite.
Well, I'm glad you could make it and that we could talk you into doing it because she was a little nervous about it at first, but she said her nerves are calm now. She's good to go.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. First year, right?
Yes.
Coaching the middle school program. Tell you what, we about to forget. So we start every show with best thing you've seen this week. Coach Lash, do you want to go first? Do you have yours, or do you know? Or
I will.
Okay.
I had one when I came in the door, but then I think the best thing that I've seen is Max just a few minutes ago raising money for the foster family.
Sure.
Luke's a special young man, and he's been going through some hard times for the last month, and anything that we can do to help that family is phenomenal. And for Max to come in here and for the Boxing Association to do that, I think that's great.
Yeah, definitely. He's talk about a fighter. He's been through a battle here lately, and glad to, I think it's kind of up and down. I don't want to speak for the family or anything like that, but has good days and bad, and so definitely want to keep them in our thoughts and prayers, and again, wish Luke all the best and look forward to him getting back home here pretty soon, hopefully. Mine, I thought I was gone all week. I was in Texas for work and just was busy, and then got home, and Friday night at Page was a rough trip. Both for the distance and the outcome of that football game for the Patriots. But then I got to go watch the Lady Patriots play soccer on Saturday morning. Had Coach Julian Beard and the assistant coaches on the show last week, Hannah Raymer and Alex Edgen, and talking about that program. And they, on Saturday morning, beat Huntington 5-1 and looked really good. So my best thing I've seen this week are the Henry County Lady Patriots soccer squad. They did a Paris Invitational tournament this weekend that I think went really well, and look forward to when the boys do it in the spring, and hopefully it can become an annual event out there at the school.
There were a lot of people. I was up there on Friday night because Coach Summers had, to go to the football game. So a lot of people were like, man, this has been a great night of soccer.
Good.
So I think it's going to keep growing, and hopefully bring in some more teams, and it's perfect spot for it.
Yeah.
You know, with the football field there, with the turf, and then the soccer field as well. So,
Right.
two good facilities for
Yeah,
it.
they were using both fields. I know Friday night they had games going on at the same time
did.
on both fields. So just a fun atmosphere, fun event. And I tell people all the time, I love the new turf field. I'm glad we've got it. I know the soccer team is thankful for it, but some of my favorite nights in the spring is what I call the trifecta.
Yes.
When we had a softball game, a baseball game, and a soccer game all going on at the same time. That makes for a fun atmosphere out there at Patriot Park.
It really does.
So
I think we have several of those this year.
Good.
So that's going to be good.
good deal. Crystal, best thing you've seen this week?
Best thing I've seen this week. Let me see. Friday night, my son called Jace.
Yep.
He's in North Carolina at Marines
Yeah.
camp, and hadn't talked to him. It's been 25 days, and just seeing him and talking to him
Sure.
and seeing how he's doing.
That's
the
awesome.
Best thing.
That's great.
Because Jay, we'll talk about Jace for a second, because he was a standout athlete here
Yeah.
on the football field and basketball court for the Patriots. And then I saw on your Facebook not too long ago that recently graduated from boot camp.
Yes, Paris Outland.
Yeah, and so you said now he's stationed in North Carolina.
Yes, at Camp Geiger for 30 days.
Okay.
So he'll leave there and go to California.
Does a mama's heart good to hear from him at times, right?
Yes, it does. It does.
So, talk about Jace. Just tell us a little bit about yourself. I know a lot of folks know you, known you for a long time, but just for the folks who are watching, are like, well, who's Crystal Kendall? Who's Crystal Kendall?
Well, I've played ball all my life.
Yeah.
Renee was one of my coaches.
Okay.
Oh, don't you telling my age now? Stop that, Crystal.
I work at Lakewood School in Extended Resources.
Okay.
Before that, I was at Tennessee Cares Early Head Start. They take them at 6 weeks to 3 years old. So a lot of those kids I see at Lakewood now
cool.
that I'm there. But I just love sports and want everybody to do the best,
Sure.
you know. And it's not about being the best athlete.
Right.
It's about developing people.
Good.
You know, they're going to use whatever they learn throughout life.
Right.
So
at Henry County, because what year did you graduate?
97.
Greatest class to ever come through Henry County High School was the
yes.
class of 97. I
Oh,
can tell you
yes.
that for a fact. I just setting you up for that, by the way. But so, I mean, you were a softball player in high school, played soccer. What else?
I played basketball ninth grade.
Okay.
And then I went on to college at Jackson State, and
Yep.
I played basketball and softball there, too.
Okay. So, I mean, you're no stranger to being on the court and on the field and all that. You said played for Coach last year in her very, very early days
Yes.
of coaching. She was still I think she was still a graduate assistant at that time, maybe.
Well, I really think that I was about 17 when I coached you guys. Is that
Oh, yeah,
right? 17
yeah.
or 18 years old. They
Oh,
were.
yes.
It was a 13 through 15-year-old all-star team.
Oh, wow.
And we went to Irwin, Tennessee, and played in the state tournament.
The best ever.
It was a great week, was it not?
It was.
And we had a wonderful team, and I do have a story that's kind of, Crystal doesn't think it's funny, and it wasn't funny at the time, but looking back at it now, it's pretty
It's
funny.
funny.
Let's
It
hear it.
is. So we're there, and the field, you know, Irwin's up in the mountains.
Okay.
Well, actually, the town was down in the mountains, and it was mosquito fest. So we were trying to decide, hey, what are we going to do for our girls, because the mosquitoes were just eating them up in the outfield. So I don't remember who had the bright idea. It may have been Linda Faye Neal. Hey, we're gonna go to Walmart. We're gonna buy some
Downy sheets.
Downy dryer sheets, because that's supposed to run mosquitoes and bugs. And at that point in time, you had to wear the hats in softball. You know, you don't have to wear that now,
Sure.
but at that point in time, you had to. So we divvied out the dryer sheets, and Crystal put one underneath her hat, and after the game was over, Crystal's eyes were almost swollen shut. She had an allergic reaction to the dryer sheets, and we had to go to the ER, but she got back up the next day and batted second and did her thing like she normally does. But it was kind of scary at the time, but now when you look back at it, it was
and
fun.
I just seen Gary not too long ago, Gary Elkins, at Walmart, and I told him, I said, I'm sorry, but I couldn't see it all. But I played an awesome game. I don't know how.
Like, that's just what kind of athlete you were, right? Like, eyes swollen shut, can't see. You probably still did a great job.
She did.
So
we had some good times when they were growing up.
Yes.
And I was growing up too in the coaching, but they were wonderful to deal with.
So that was 13, 14 before you even thought about Henry County anything, right? Yeah, that's hilarious. So not only mosquito repellents, but y'all smelled,
we smelled great.
Yeah,
great
we
too.
smelled great.
So,
Downy Fresh.
Downy Fresh. Maybe that could be like, no, I'm not going to say that's a new nickname for Crystal or anything like that, but that would, you're trying to forget about it, right?
Crystal was so fast back in the day. I don't know how the mosquitoes caught up with her, to be honest with you. I would bat Lori Neal lead off, and Lori would get on, and I would give Lori the steal sign. She would be at second, and then Crystal would do something fantastic, and we would have 2 runs before we ever got out of the first inning.
And don't take this the wrong way. I don't mean this ugly, but Crystal's one of those athletes that I would have called deceptively fast because, I get no offense to this, but you're not the tallest player on the field anywhere you go, probably, right?
Nope.
But you've got that athleticism. And Jace was the same way. Like Jace was never the biggest kid on the football field, but I can guarantee you, if there was anybody you didn't want meeting you in the hole, it was Jace.
Right.
And so, I mean, it's just that whole mentality and mindset.
Crystal was the same way. That's where he got it from.
Yeah. So you are, again, first-year coach for Lady Patriot Middle School softball. What made you want to get into coaching after?
Well, I signed up originally to be assistant, and then the head coach decided she was leaving.
Okay.
And so I thought about it for a few days, and she called me and she said, hey, did you apply yet? And I said, not yet. She said, girl, get that resume in.
What are you waiting for, right?
So, yeah, I went ahead and did it. Okay. So.
I mean, working with middle schoolers, you have to have a certain mindset than probably what Renee can have working with high schoolers.
Oh, yeah, a lot of patience.
Talk about that just a little bit. Like, what differences do you see already in, working with, what age group is that? Like 11, 12, 13-year-olds versus, Renee's got some adults on her team as 18-year-olds, by letter of the law anyway, but how do you adjust for that?
Well, I just be myself with them, laugh, have a good time, but then also be demanding and supportive at the same time.
Sure.
So,
how's y'all season been?
It's been pretty good. Being the first year, we've won 7, lost 12, counting the 2 tournaments we were in.
Okay.
So.
And y'all got, you were telling me y'all got 1 game
Monday.
Tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm. It's at 5:30 at McNeil.
Okay. And so if folks haven't had a chance to come out and watch these young ladies, because how many girls have you got on your team?
17.
So there's a picture of them right there, I believe, right? That's your squad. I think it really, for whatever reason, I think it isn't talked about a lot or enough, in the fact that, like, you've got girls coming from 3 different schools that have to play together, whereas these other programs, they're all, like, centrally located.
Right.
Do you think that, like, how big of a challenge is that, or does that help in the end? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
They just all come together and play like they've been playing together. A few of them are on the travel ball, but they all get along like, they just click. Okay. So there's no challenges. They get out there and get it done. How many
girls you said you had on?
17.
17. So, I mean, when you break it down as far as personalities and all that with those 17 young ladies, like, what's been your biggest challenge this year?
My biggest challenge, cell phones.
Okay. Everybody's got one and wants to.
Yes, they want to check them, and send a shot of the scoreboard or something, and I'm like, we can do that after the game. So, but yeah, that's the only biggie.
Okay.
But
I bet Renee battles the same kind of stuff at times.
At times,
right?
we put ours in their bags, and we don't get them out again. And if we get them out, it's not very fun
right.
the next day. So,
We talk a lot about this with, Inman and football and stuff, but we're now kind of defer to you here for a little bit. But when you've got a program that's led by Crystal, talk about how that helps your program at the high school after these ladies have been, taught by somebody you've taught, and now you can bring them up and just kind of like, not necessarily a feeder program, but it certainly helps to have that middle school level teams in both Inman and Henry County when they come up to the high school.
Oh, definitely. With Crystal there now, and Paige was there. Paige Roberts was there as an assistant coach for the last couple of years, and now she is strictly helping us at the high school. Abby Grace is at Inman this year, and Emily Brown is helping her. So at our two middle schools, we have former players of mine, which those kids are going to come up knowing the terminology. They're going to come up knowing what I expect of them. They're going to, come up knowing how I need them to act toward each other and together and what it means to build a team. And Crystal will tell you, Paul and I work a lot on softball, but we work a lot on kids growing up, girls growing up, and trying to teach them the right way to do things on and off the field. And, I just think having her there will help set the tone for those kids who, when we get them, they'll kind of know the routine and they'll know what we expect of them in practice. And the parents will know that as well.
Sure.
That's just going to be a big help, I believe. Next couple of years, we'll see the fruits of that labor from those guys.
I know, like, when, of course, I had Coach Baker with Inman and football on and whatnot, and they were talking about that very thing, that the way that they teach it, by the time they get to the high school, they're familiar with the terminology already. They don't have to go back and relearn, what this play means. And so, I mean, it's softball. Obviously, it's a different game, but I got to think that, like, what you're teaching them is getting them ready for those girls who want to go on and play at Henry County to get ready to do that.
Yes.
And so
Crystal has always helped when we have our little kids camp. We'll have our skills and drills camp, and Crystal has always been there as an instructor. And the drills that I did with them back in 1990, whatever it was, are the same drills that I'm running now.
Sure.
We're old school. You have all the new drills where you use the tennis rackets and the tennis balls, and you do this and you do that. We get out there and we hit them balls and we throw them balls, and we're basic fundamentals, and she knows that. And when they get to us, they're gonna know what to expect out of a practice and how we're gonna do things.
Sure.
Right.
What, as far as your group you've got this year, what's their biggest strength, you think, as a whole?
Stealing bases.
Okay.
That's what we've been working
They got
on.
some speed,
and
huh?
They got some speed, and they're willing to go for it.
Good.
So
It's always, at that age, because I'm sure a lot of these girls have played like rec league or whatever, but like this is the real first as far as competitive, not Saturday only. It's probably somewhat of an adjustment for them to learn a little bit faster pace of the game, a little bit better competition, maybe, and trying to get them prepared for that as well can't be easy.
Oh, it's not. They're like, oh, we practiced yesterday. Why we got it? So, we try to get in at least 2 or 3 practices a week and just go over the basic fundamentals.
So how does that, for the county team, how does that work as far as, got another special guest rolling up in here first.
Look at him coming around the camera.
Yeah. But so how does that work with, as far as your practices? You said you practice several days a week, but after school, obviously, do the girls, they ride a bus to the park?
The parents bring them to McNeil, and we practice usually 6 to 8.
Okay. And so, and then y'all play, you said y'all were 7 and 12. So y'all have about a 20 game schedule.
Yes.
Which can be somewhat of a grind for a bunch of middle schoolers.
Oh, yeah.
And so how have they adjusted to that?
They're fine with it.
They're young. They do.
Yeah.
If I got out there
A
and
lot
tried
of
to play
energy.
20 games of anything, by the end of game 3, I would be down and out for a couple of weeks. So,
Yeah, and it's talking about, Crystal had it a little bit more difficult than in previous years because we're actually doing some work on our field at the high school.
Yeah.
So normally they would practice and play on our field, but since we're having some work done, we had to shift them to McNeil this year, and it's a lot easier when they're on campus with us because those kids can just get on the bus and they can ride to the high school for practice, and the parents don't have to worry about getting them there. So
Right.
hopefully our field's going to be finished soon, and they'll be able to get back on that this summer and be back at home at Henry County,
Nice.
and because I think that has a lot to do with our success too, is because those kids already feel a part of Lady Patriot program because
Oh, yeah.
they're already there in the middle school, they're already on that field, and they're already kind of representing what we want them
Sure.
to do. So,
sure.
yeah.
So year 1 is in the books for the most part. You said you got one game tomorrow
game
night.
left,
So
yes.
5:30 tomorrow night, McNeil Park. Come support the Henry County Lady Patriots Middle School.
Yes.
Was. What's your goals moving forward?
Goals moving forward, just to build a stronger team. We're losing 5 8th graders.
Okay.
So we got a lot of good talent coming up. So just build a good, solid team.
Gotcha. Coach Steve Summers has dropped in on us and joined the conversation. Coach, you had a busy weekend too.
Pretty busy.
You were out at
Fun.
for the most part. At Page on Friday night.
Yep.
For Patriot football.
Yep.
Renee was saying how she took care of things at the high school for the Patriot Invitational.
Yep.
Did a good job. That went well, I think, from what I saw Saturday.
Renee and Miss House and Miss McCord
Yeah.
all helped out with the soccer tournament that was going on. We thought that'd be an awesome thing to do. They wanted to do a tournament and wanted to do it on an away game. And that's it all worked out real well.
Sure.
And then they played 3 games Friday night, and then Saturday they played 4 games. We had 4 games there at 9, 11, 1, and 3.
Okay.
And it all went well, and glad that they got to do that and were able to do it. It was originally planned to have 8 games on Saturday, but a team dropped out and they couldn't work it all out. So, but I still think it was a fundraiser, kind of like the Jamboree for football.
Right.
It was a fundraiser, and I think it all went well. I don't know how much money they made yet, but we'll figure that out, and then it'll be better next year. And I think that we're planning to do that also in the spring.
Right.
So it'll be a good thing. But the girls, they lost the first game Friday night, 3-2 to Westview, but won Saturday morning 5-1. So it was a good deal.
Break even over the weekends, always.
Yep.
You'll take that, I guess.
Sure.
And then, what do we have to look forward to this week?
Well, this week, let's see.
There's a lot of highlights on that paper, I will say.
Yeah. Well, the highlights are all the home games.
I know, but that's what I'm
but
saying, though. That's a lot
for
going
the
on.
month. But and then Friday night we were at Page playing football, and that was a rough night for us. Page is a fine football team. They
Listen, I can't remember if it was 11 or 13, but Clarksville High School was really high on themselves. Thought that they had a good team, and they did. They were a good program, and they came to Henry County and found out how good Henry County was.
Right.
And I remember reading an article in the paper of their coach that said, if that's not the best team in 5A, I don't want to see the team that is the best team in 5A.
right.
Page is a really good football team.
Yep, they were.
They're really good.
They're put together very well.
Yes.
And it was a tough night for us, and we had a young man get injured, Drew Overton, and he's getting better.
Good.
And nothing at this moment that we know was major. But he's got a few more tests and a few more evaluations to go through before he's before I'm happy with that it's not as bad as
Sure.
it was. But it was a pretty unknown situation for quite a while. But it was. We've talked with him since then, and he's getting better. He's very sore. But and then they had a young man get hurt at the end of the game, broke his femur, and that's the second time in 35 years I've seen that happen, and it was that's not good either.
Right.
So, but he's that's what it was, and hopefully that he gets better as quick as he can too.
Yeah.
So, but thanks to Paige and all of the medical people that were there that helped out in both of those situations, and they just did a really fine job.
Sure.
And the prayers that the Paige players said and everybody else, it was just really a great. We made the best out of it we could.
I understand.
So
Yeah, well,
it was a rough night.
And I said the same thing. That really could have been my best thing I've seen this week was, with everything that's going on in the world right now, just everywhere. When Drew was on the field hurt, as soon as they got him stabilized and ready to move, Paige came over and the Patriots came over and they surrounded him and said a prayer together. And then at the end of the game, they met at midfield and interwove with each other and said a prayer together. And I said on the radio, you just don't see that a whole lot.
No, you don't.
And it was really not refreshing, but it made me not so cynical about the world.
It reminds you of what's important.
Right.
It really did.
Yeah.
And and the best of luck to Paige and them, and I hope they have a great rest of the year. And,
Sure.
Maybe we'll get to play them again.
I hope so.
We'll see.
A little different outcome next time, but yeah, it.
Ryan Minch came in on Tuesday of last week, and he said, asking Coach Wolf, he said, "Why does it look like Paige is going to play in the Super Bowl on film?" So
they're legit. It's easy to see, and this isn't the Paige broadcast or anything like that, but it's easy to see why they've been to 4 straight state championship games. And I know they get a lot of flack for being 0-4 in those games, but to get to 4 straight state championship games is a phenomenal feat.
It's hard enough to get to 1.
Right. And they've been to 4 straight. And listen, I hope if we get to see them again that the tides return, but if not, they're my pick for the 5A state champion this year because, as I said, if there's a better team out there in 5A somewhere, I'd be shocked to see, and I want to see that team. But they're a good football program.
Yeah, just let them know we're coming. But this week we have nothing at home tomorrow. We do have tomorrow our golf team starting the district tournament.
Okay.
Play the district tournament tomorrow at Swan Lake. JV football will be playing at South Gibson, and then on Tuesday cross country's running at Huntington. They could probably run all the way over there. And they've really done well. And I forgot to mention them last time I was on here, but they have really done well and had a really good year.
Coach Winter's going to be on my show next week.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah.
Good.
So.
That's awesome. And then on Tuesday cross country's running, and volleyball will be playing at Grove.
Okay.
Folks, if you hadn't been to a volleyball game, you need to go. We will be starting JV at 5 o'clock and varsity at 6 o'clock, and it is a fun atmosphere.
Yeah.
It is it's in that Grove gym, it's kind of small, but it is just a fun atmosphere, and the girls, or Coach Rouse and Coach French are doing, and Coach Becca are doing a great job with them, and it's just a fun atmosphere. So that's at Grove Gym at 6 o'clock. The varsity will be playing on Tuesday.
All right.
Thursday, we've got soccer at home versus Rossview, which Rossview is not a region game. It's not a district game, but it could be a region opponent when we get to the region tournament.
Right.
And Grove football will be at Barton Field playing Lexington, and playing ninth grade football versus Lexington is always a lot of fun. So they'll be playing at 6 o'clock.
And that is actually probably going to be for the first place.
Yes. Yes,
in the ninth grade league?
Yeah, that's right. Ninth grade's in a league,
Right.
Which that could be for first place. But Lexington, it doesn't matter whether we're playing here, there, or yonder. It's always a very good game.
Yeah.
So that's at Barton Field. Soccer's at Patriot Stadium on Thursday, and then Friday we've got Brentwood at home for football. Brentwood's a very good team. And but looking forward to having a very good crowd. We've got 3 things that are going on during that game. Junior cheer will be there, and we'll mention them during first quarter. During halftime, our Best Buddies Club will be there, and we'll introduce them during halftime, right before the band plays. And we'll also be getting a donation for the football team from Kroger.
Nice.
Kroger will be there to present us a $1,000 donation before the game. So there'll be a lot going on.
Good.
And it was a great crowd last home game we had.
It was.
And looking forward to another big crowd. So please come out and support us like you have been, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
I was going to say, of course, being up in the booth, when you look down, it has been pretty full for our home games this year.
Yes, especially last week. And that's the kind of, getting there early, like I said last week, the kids love it when they come out to warm up and the stands are getting partially full,
Oh, yeah.
And it was, last week was a very good atmosphere, which I know that was a huge rival game we hadn't played in a long time, but it was a lot of fun. And I drug the barrel around and all that. Well, I don't have a barrel. If I need to go get a milk jug or something and take it around to everybody, I guess I will. But it was a lot of fun, and really appreciate all the support for that game and the atmosphere that we created. So hopefully we'll have another big crowd this Friday.
Not wanting to look ahead too much, but after the Brentwood game, it's all region to finish out the season. 4 games, got a 1 bye week in there, but at Northeast, at Northwest, then hosting Kenwood and Kirkwood.
Yep.
And I said it on the radio the other night that, of course, you can't go by what's on paper. You line up and you play the games, and that determines the winner. But if it plays out the way that a lot of folks are predicting it to play out, then that Kirkwood-Henry County game on Halloween night is going to be for a region championship.
That's what everybody's saying, and that's the way it looks, and that's kind of the way I think too. But and then we got the next home game will be homecoming, and we're also going to make that military appreciation night. And then the last game will be senior night, but we're also going to that's Halloween, and we're going to have a trunk or treat out on the practice field with all the clubs and everything. So it'll be a cool atmosphere.
Good. Sounds like a lot of fun. Can't wait. Looking forward to it.
Coach Summers will be dressed up.
I'm going to dress up.
We're all going to dress up.
I'm going to dress up like a radio announcer.
Oh, okay. Well, I love that hat that you got on.
Thank you.
That's a cool hat.
I found this hat on online. I was on Facebook and scrolling and saw the ad for it, and I was like, that's a cool, like old school. Because I remember when I was a little kid, and going to Patriot games, like this was the logo that they used at that time.
That's right.
And I'm sure New England wrote them a letter and told them to stop that too, probably. But anyway, that this was, I saw this hat and it doesn't say New England anywhere on it. I'm like, I'm getting that hat. And because, it's one of those core memories. Like I remember, like my Aunt Beck Hudson would take me to the football games with Carl and Kirk, and we'd go on Friday nights because she was a teacher at the high school. And, I just remember like when the team walked out and just hearing that click clack of their cleats, and when you're a little kid, like being just terrified because they seemed like just monsters in their shoulder pads and helmets, and they're but when, the older you get, it comes you get bigger than they are sometimes, and it's not. But I just remember that atmosphere, and like I said, when I saw this hat, I was like, that reminds me of Henry County football back when I was a little kid going, and I want that hat. So,
and talking about middle school, y'all were talking about middle school playing at the softball field and everything. Next week, just so you know, Henry County Middle School Soccer is going to play at the high school.
Okay.
That way they're in the region finals, semifinals, and then the region finals, hopefully. But we're going to play those games at the high school. A little better I don't know if it's a little better facilities or what, but at least we'll have a clock. They'll have a clock and be able to. But very appreciative to McNeil Park for letting them play there and allowing them to play there. But with the region semifinals, we're going to play them at the high school on Monday the 29th. Is that right?
Sounds right.
Yep, Monday the 29th, they'll be playing at the high school. So, and if the region finals will be played there too on Saturday the 4th October. So
very nice. So a lot going on. You're gonna be busy again this week.
Yeah, and I caught a few fish this afternoon.
Well,
that's
good.
why I was rushing. I texted you, said I'm on my way.
Yeah.
I was the fish were biting, so I was a little late. So
nothing wrong with that. We appreciate you stopping by.
I got a few minutes in today.
Sounds like we're having a fish fry.
Listen,
we're
that's what
going
I'm
to
saying.
add that
We're
to
not
the
having a
list.
fish
There.
fry. I caught them and released them.
Oh,
so,
okay.
I did just notice.
We'll have to talk to Brian Welp about fish fry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Welp,
That'll
you
work.
hear the Welp's in right now. Welp's in Clarksville. They had a practice round. They got rained out today, but they got to hit some balls on the driving range and whatnot. So hopefully they'll have a good day tomorrow.
Good.
But Welp's the guy for the fish fry.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I just noticed, I don't know if Coach Summers is trying to decrease my viewership or have folks tune
I'm
out.
not. I
But
saw
wearing a
that.
Georgia Bulldog
I saw
T-shirt
that.
the week
See,
after.
No, I just grabbed a red shirt when I left. That's all it was. I'm not trying to rub it. Because I'm going to tell you something. Tennessee is a very fine football team. And actually, today I made a bet with a man, and I bet on Tennessee because he was being stupid about something he was saying. And I said, well, wait a minute now. Tennessee's pretty good. So, no, it has nothing to do. I'm not trying to rub salt in anybody. I knew. See, you can't do nothing anymore. And just, but no, I know Tennessee's a very good football team. Georgia got very lucky to get out of there with a win. So. But Georgia will take it, so it'll be all right.
Well, the Razorbacks are not a very good football team, and they're going to Knoxville in 2 weeks, and that's going to.
Good luck.
We'll see.
Good luck. Good luck.
Kenna's going to Fayetteville this weekend. They were going to go because Notre Dame is coming to Fayetteville this weekend, and she was like, "We were going to go to the game. We're not. We're going hiking instead." And so,
well, that's pitiful.
Well,
Kenna, you need to go to the game. I mean, that's pitiful. You don't need to go hiking. You need to go to the game. I mean, get behind your team.
Well, she's had a tough couple weeks. So
last week was bad for them. I mean, this week. But,
this week was
But hey, I did get home Saturday after the soccer tournament, and my wife always asks, "You gonna watch football?" And I said, "Well, yeah." But she said, "You gonna watch Florida?" I said, "No." I rewound. I had recorded Bowling Green versus. Louisville.
Yeah.
Because Caden Marshall was playing, and I text Caden during the day, and Caden was getting his first start. Yeah. And had a really good game.
Like eight tackles or something like that, right?
Eight tackles. I think 4 solos and 4 assists is what the stats said. And I watched it. I reminded the first series. He had a great tackle on fourth down and stopped them. And I was like, wow. So, I mean, that was good. And I text Caden. I talked to Caden after the game, and he was excited. Obviously, we're disappointed that he lost. But Bowling Green playing Louisville, that was not you don't want to say it's expected, but he had a really good game. I also talked to Jack Todd. Jack's pitching at Christian Brothers, and they had a game the other day, and they pitched. He got to pitch 1 inning. What was Jack said? He said, "I struck out 1, I walked 1, but I got squeezed." And then they hit balls on the ground, but he didn't give up any runs. So he had a good inning. So it was good. And we've got several others out playing around, but I'd talk to those 2 this weekend.
Good. Glad to hear they're doing well and representing Henry County well. Knew they would though. So, Coach, again, appreciate you stopping by. Always an open invitation. You can come in whenever you want. And
thank you.
Just grab you a seat,
Appreciate
pull it up like you did
here.
tonight. So, Crystal got said 1 game left. What? Let me get my iPad back up and going here. It's just been your first season, but Coach Summers has been coaching for a while, and Renee's been coaching for a while. Out of all those ladies there, do you have a favorite memory from this year or a coaching memory that stands out to you when when working with these young ladies and
They all have the grind and the grit to dig down deep. They all do. But Sophie Staggs, when she hit that ball and she's coming towards first base, she's like a semi. And she's rounding and she's going. If she's got it, she's going.
Yeah.
So that just the look in her eyes when she's coming towards me.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the most. It's a great moment.
So, we talked about the fact that these girls come from 3 different schools, but obviously with as much work as they put in together, they're probably a pretty tight-knit group.
Oh, yeah.
A couple weeks after
there's
season started or practices has started, really.
Yeah, and there's no, you have these little groups,
Sure.
6th graders, 8th graders, 7th graders, but they're all in together. There's no separation. They're all laughing, having a good time.
So y'all have 6th through 8th grade on your squad. I guess they take care of each other, look out for each other, and as much as they can, being separated. But it's nothing like this with your girls. Like you can just tell from watching them play together, they get excited for each other. There's no jealousy or animosity because I should be out there or whatever. Like they are legitimately the success of the program is a success for each one of them, and you can see that.
Yeah, they love each other, and I think Crystal's developing that at the middle school level too.
Oh yes.
You ready for the lightning round? Just
I'm ready.
All right, let's go. Who's your favorite softball player of all time?
Oh gosh, Renee.
Okay,
Hey, that's a great answer.
That's a great answer. It's a really good answer.
That's an easy answer.
Who's your favorite athletic director of all time?
Just say Renee.
Both of these
Okay,
guys. They do an awesome job.
This may be more of a baseball question, but because I don't know that girls do this a lot. But favorite dugout snack would it be sunflower seeds or bubble gum?
Dill pickles.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you get the juice or you just get the dill pickle?
The pickle, the juice,
All of
whatever.
it, huh?
Yeah.
Just all of it. Like, do they still make like the dill juice like popsicle?
They do.
That you can
Oh,
get.
yeah.
They do.
That's all right. To each his own, I guess. Right.
I reckon.
I reckon so. Let's see. Oh, if you're playing today, what's your walk-up song?
We ready?
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good
It
one.
is a good one.
Yeah. Renee, what's yours?
No.
Oh, I don't see.
know. My walk-up song. I really don't know.
Okay.
Wrecking ball.
Came in like, is that how you see me, Crystal?
Miley Cyrus. Yeah.
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 I'm like a
everybody
wrecking
loves
ball.
That's it.
doing the PA. I get to like nothing gets the crowd going, especially like your age girls that you coach, like Party in the USA. Like they just
Oh, yeah.
all
That gets
turn. It
everybody
doesn't
going.
matter what you're playing. As soon as that guitar lick hits on Party in the USA,
Oh, yeah.
it's a party in the stands. And so, Coach Summers, you got your hat, your helmet, and pads on, and what song's getting you hyped up to?
Thunder.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one too.
Night games or day games?
Night.
Okay.
Night, yeah.
Night.
No doubt about it.
Night.
That the cool weather is always so much better to play in than when it's 102 or whatever
Yeah.
heat index and you're out there trying to sweat through a game, I'm sure.
Oh,
So,
yes.
All right. What's your biggest pet peeve on the field?
Standing.
Okay.
Just
standing around.
holding your arm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Making a face toward the umpire. That would be my,
Okay.
if it's a strike, if they called it a strike, it's a strike.
Okay.
Right.
Depends on the sport, but yeah, standing and face at the umpire, and football's delay a game. I cannot
Okay.
stand it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That gets me too.
All right. It's funny you say like Whitney yells at me all the time because at church sometimes I play guitar, sometimes I play drum, but I'm always up on the stage, whatever during worship, and she's like, "You have got to do a better job with your face because when something happens, or like I'm a perfectionist, and so when something happens, it doesn't go just right. Apparently, it's all over my face, and she's like, "You have got to stop making faces when you're on the stage."
I get
And
that too. Maybe
okay.
not from my wife, but from my bosses and things.
Okay.
you got to have a better face. So
You win with defense or win with offense?
Both. Gotta have both.
Gotta have okay.
Pitching.
Well, yeah, that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
defense.
So that's funny that Renee, the pitching part, that's defense.
It is.
It is, but yeah, okay. So and then what's the favorite ballpark you've been to?
Atlanta Braves.
Okay.
I like that part.
All right.
No, if you're talking
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
Just
I'm just thinking West Tennessee softball. It would have to be Lexington.
They got a very nice facility.
They have a nice facility.
Yes.
Well, we went to Huntington. I like their whatever field they got going on, collegiate field away from the high school. They've got a metal wall around the back, so when they cheer, it like bounces off,
nice.
and it's super loud.
Wow.
It's pretty awesome.
Okay.
Favorite ballpark? I'm gonna have to go with. People won't know this one, but the Brickyard in Thompson, Georgia, or the Granite Bowl in Elberton, Georgia. They were pretty different, special places, and Patriot Stadium. I mean, but if outside of being here, that would be Brickyard and Granite Bowl.
Yeah.
They're different places. Google those places; they'll show up. So,
do you still get folks come up to you on Friday nights at Patriot Stadium and just like talk about the atmosphere and like it's their first time there, maybe? Or
I do. And this past Friday, a lot of people came up to me and said, that's the way it used to be, and that's the way it needs to be, and that's the way it ought to be. And it was really, really a good atmosphere last Friday with the crowd we had. I mean, it was
loud.
Awesome. Yes,
it was loud.
And what was cool,
student section was great.
The student section was awesome. And what was really cool is, the crowd had kind of gotten out of the stands toward the end of the game, but when we brought that barrel over to the student section, it was loud as it could be.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
Nice.
So,
well, Crystal, good luck to y'all tomorrow night,
Thank you.
Congratulations. I know that congratulations on the position, number one, of being the head coach at the middle school program, but just for the work you're doing, know that it's appreciated, and I know that the parents and the players appreciate the hard work and everything that you put in to make Henry County Lady Patriot Softball what it is, and as good as it can be at the middle school level to feed into Renee's program at the high school level, and just know that it doesn't go unnoticed, and we appreciate it very, very much.
Thank you.
So, any last words, Coach?
I just have a plug for our steak sandwich fundraiser that we're having. There it
There you
is.
go. Look at
Hey, all right.
You guys are on top of it back
Yeah,
there.
they are.
Back.
October the 10th, $15, and they are really, really good sandwiches. And we've added pork this year. You can email me, you can call me, you can follow the directions there on the flyer. But we would appreciate the support, and come on out to IGA. Jeremy always does us. He does great for our programs and anything that we need, and we would appreciate your support.
So that's October the 10th. Get the pre-orders in now. And you're right. It's always like we at work a lot of times we'll just put out a sheet and sign who wants a sandwich, and it has never disappointed.
Yeah, they are good.
So, Coach Summers, last words.
Volleyball Tuesday night. Go Big Red.
All right. Guys, we appreciate you joining us tonight for SportsCast. Thanks to Crystal for dropping in and telling us about her program. Thank you, Renee, for the co-hosting job. You always do a phenomenal job, and I'll say it again that you're better at this than I am, and it should be your show.
No, I don't think so. I'll be glad to come back and talk to you anytime.
All right.
Though.
We'll get you back. You know that. Coach Summers, as always, appreciate it very much, and look forward to this week ahead and what all's going on, and encourage everybody, don't forget about tons of stuff going on this week, Henry County wise. Don't forget about the middle school game tomorrow night. Coach Summers went over the schedule for this week: Friday night football, Saturday boxing at the fairgrounds. Next Sunday night, we'll have Stephanie Winders on with Henry County Cross Country to talk about that program, as well as some of the runners that are doing a fantastic job. As Coach Summers says, they're placing in the top 10, 15, 20, which is a big deal in cross country each and every week. And so she'll be on next week to talk about that. And also got two boys that run at the collegiate level here in looking forward to hearing about them and what they do. So that's next week. Don't forget about Mike's show Tuesday night. He'll have Casa on and the Paris Downtown Boxing Club. I want to say thank you to Mike Weatherford for use of the studios. Thanks to Kevin and Scott in the back for keeping us on the air. Thanks again to all of our sponsors: TEC Internet, Taters, All-Star Fence, Patriot Plumbing, Shelter Insurance, Eaton Construction, and Tennessee Real Estate. As I say every week, take care of yourself and each other. We'll see you next Sunday night at 7:30.